Hi everyone, good morning. If you belong to HPC Sunday School, I'm so glad you're watching. Thank you for learning the memory verse and sending in the videos. Do you remember last week we were talking about Jesus seeking for the lost people and saving them, just like a shepherd went to look for his lost sheep until he found it. There was a memory verse that went with that, and thank you Joshua and Natalie. We're going to hear it now.
Luke 19 verse 10 says, the Son of Man came to find the lost people and save them. The Son of the Man came to find the lost people and to save them.
Today I wanted to introduce you to three lovely girls who live here on the farm. This is Daisy, Rosie and Molly. They're donkeys. And donkeys help us to remember that God always keeps his promises. Everything that God says he will do, he does do. How does a donkey remind us that God always keeps his promises? Well, God told the prophet Zechariah that one day the people of Jerusalem would rejoice because their king would come to them riding on a colt, the foal of a donkey. Joe is going to read that verse for us now.
Zechariah chapter 9 verse 9. Rejoice, people of Jerusalem. Shout for joy, people of Jerusalem. Your king is coming to you. He does what is right and he saves. He is gentle and riding on a donkey. He is on the colt of a donkey.
Now it took quite a long time for God to keep that promise. 500 years in fact. But we all know that he did, don't we? Because one day Jesus rode into Jerusalem on a colt, a young donkey. If you've visited us here at the farm, then you've probably ridden one of the donkeys. You can do that because we've taught them to let people ride on their backs. And we would have told you not to shout or run around in case you scared them. But the donkey Jesus rode on was a young colt that had never been ridden before. And lots of people ran after Jesus shouting, "Hosanna, Hosanna!" And not only that, they broke branches off the trees and waved them and took their coats off and laid them on the path in front of the donkey. We have to train our donkeys to walk over new things. And this donkey had had no training. So from what I know about donkeys, I'm really surprised that it didn't dig its heels in and stubbornly refused to take Jesus into Jerusalem. On that special day, God kept his promise, and Jesus did a miracle, riding an untrained donkey all the way to Jerusalem. So next time you see a donkey, remember, God keeps his promises. Just a week after Jesus had ridden the donkey, he was arrested and crucified. On the evening beforehand, he warned his disciples that he was going to die. "I'm going away," he said. But he also gave them a promise. "I'm going away to prepare a place for you."
John chapter 14 verse 2 and 3. There are many rooms in my Father's house. I would not tell you this if it were not true. I'm going there to prepare a place for you. After I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back. Then I will take you to be with me, so that you may be where I am.
The Bible is full of God's promises. And one of those promises is that Jesus will come back to earth again. But this time he won't come as a humble servant king riding on a donkey. He'll come as a glorious king riding on the clouds, to take us, his followers, to be with him forever. Just like the people had to wait a long time after Zechariah's prophecy, for Jesus to come riding on a donkey. We have to wait patiently for Jesus to come again, riding on the clouds. But remember, God keeps his promises. Jesus will come. And just like that day in Jerusalem was filled with excitement and shouting and wonderful things happening, on the day when Jesus comes again, there'll be a loud shout and a trumpet sound, and we will fly up in the air to meet Jesus in the clouds. Wow, won't that be a special and exciting day?